Hey guys, Joe from joesphenomenal.com here, and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn some great new recipes, get some great cooking tips, and find out all kinds of other kitchen related information, then start now by clicking the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you never miss a thing. So today we're going to be making some beef kebabs. And we're actually going to broil those in our oven instead of going out and putting them on the grill. Now you may be asking yourself, why would you do that? Because most of the time we all cook kebabs out on the grill. But there's a lot of reasons why you might not want to do that. Number one, not everybody has a grill. Number two, maybe you're out of gas. Maybe it's windy. Maybe it's cold. Maybe your grill's not clean. And the worst part of all is that if you're not really good with a grill, you're going to find out that outdoor grills are notorious for cooking things unevenly. There's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of time is the weather outside. There's wind blowing around, air's getting up underneath the hood, and you're going to have spots all over the grill that are hot spots and cold spots. So unless you really know how to use one really well, there's a really good chance you end up having a piece of raw meat and a piece of burned meat on the same grill at the same time. Broiling these indoors has a couple of great advantages. Number one, you can control your environment. And number two, everybody's got an oven, right? With this recipe, there's a few things that you want to keep in mind and take care of ahead of time. One of those things is that if you're using wooden skewers, they're going to have to soak in water. So basically you just fill up your sink, throw all your wooden skewers in there, let them sit in there for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. It gets them nice and soaked, and then whenever you put them in the oven, in the broiler, and it works actually on the grill outside too, you run less risk of burning the ends of those things off.
She said, something ain't right. I said, oh man. She said, oh man, the building is on fire.
Second, the meat, you're going to want to marinate on this. So I'm going to show you how to set everything up, and then we're going to stick it in the fridge, and you're probably going to want to have it marinating in your fridge for between 1 and 3 hours. You don't have to do that if you're in a hurry and you want to get it done. You can just do it. It's still going to be good, but it's going to be better if it's got some time to marinate. Third, you're going to want to make sure you have your oven heated up already for you ahead of time. So you're going to want to go ahead and set that on broil. We actually want to be about 3 inches from the flame. So on most ovens, that's going to be the top rack. As always, all the measurements and ingredients are down in the description of this video. So the first thing we got to do is get all of our ingredients combined. So first we got our green onions. Then we have all of our beef. Follow that up with our bell peppers. And our red onions.
And
then our mushrooms. Add in our olive oil.
a
little bit of black pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of paprika, a little thyme, oregano. We're using a little bit of Himalayan salt here, a little bit of soy sauce.
And then.
And then we want to go ahead and mix all this up so it combines really well. Just want to keep mixing this. Be really careful. You don't want to smash this with your hands because you don't want to smash all your mushrooms. Because remember, you are putting these on the skewer. So just kind of keep getting this nice and combined. Make sure you get everything spread out nice and evenly amongst everything that you have here. Like that. Probably a good idea to have a towel with you there. That way you can wipe all this oil and stuff off your hands. Or if you want to mix this up and be a little cleaner, you can just take a spoon and just kind of mix it around like that. You don't have as much control that way though, so I just recommend using your hands. Getting a little dirty. Now all we gotta do is cover this up, put it in the fridge, and let it sit and marinate for about 1 to 3 hours. Now if you don't have 1 to 3 hours and you just want to cook it right away, you can do that too. That's perfectly fine. You will have better flavor and you'll get more tender meat if you do let it marinate though. So just keep that in mind.
That's what she said.
For the sake of the video here, I just went ahead and I marinated a batch ahead of time. That way, we don't have to wait. Your next step would be to take a couple of sheet pans here and shoot a little bit of non-stick spray all over the surface of them here. Don't forget that step. That's something that gets missed really commonly. And if you do, then you're gonna have some sticky kebabs. All we gotta do now is construct our kebabs. And basically all you're gonna do is just rotate items on the stick. You're just gonna take out a skewer and you're just gonna alternate between pepper and mushroom and steak and onion. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the pepper. And we're gonna do steak next. A little mushroom. Be careful with the mushrooms because they will fall apart pretty easily. A little bit of onion. And then you just repeat the process. Just like that. And then you want to get them ready to cook. Okay, depending on how small you cut your vegetables and meat, you should get about this many kebabs. So they got 2, 4, 6, 8 kebabs here.
8!
All we gotta do now is put them in the oven. Make sure you got that on the top shelf. We're gonna be turning the tray around actually twice, and we're gonna be flipping the kebabs at least one time, just to make sure they cook evenly on both sides. The key is just make sure you're kind of peeking in the oven once in a while to make sure that nothing's overcooking or burning. Okay, you can see it's been about 5 minutes or so. I'm kind of pulling these out. And you can see they're already starting to get pretty dark. So let's flip that around. Give it a few more minutes. Remember, these are covered with olive oil, so they're going to cook pretty quickly.
A few moments later.
Okay, now it's probably time for a flip. And it is. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and carefully flip these over. Watch out, they're going to be really hot. And then they go back in the oven. Be sure you're using a glove or an oven mitt when you do this, by the way.
One eternity later.
Okay, now it looks like it's time for us to rotate for the last time.
Eventually.
Okay, let's see if these bad boys are ready to come out. It's looking pretty good. Looks like they're done. Looking pretty good. Tell me what you think in the comments. That's a nice looking kebab there. all done in the broiler. Well, there you have it, everybody. Broiled shish kebabs. Came out perfect. You take a look at these up close, you would never know that you broiled them instead of cooking them on the grill outside. All the flavors the same. Everything is just as good, except it's all cooked nice and even, and you didn't even have to go outside. And I'll tell you what, the cook on this came out perfect. Oh, great. Well, I just lost some of it. That's why you got to be careful when you're taking it off these shish kebabs. But you know what? 3-second rule. Ew! The cook on this is just fantastic. Excellent. I think you're really gonna love this guy. Just pretend you didn't see me drop that. Beginning to end, this recipe, probably about 40 minutes total, including cutting up meat and vegetables and preheating the oven and everything else. You still have the time that you need to put into marinating, and I really recommend you do that because it will affect the flavor quite a bit. I'll tell you, this is really, really good. I can't stop eating it. And once again, I'm eating on camera in front of you. Kind of rude, but sorry. If you make this, you're going to be doing the same thing. So once again, remember, all of the pertinent information that you need about this recipe is down in the description of the video. Also, the breakdown for the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. Also, while you're doing that, we'd appreciate a like on the video and a comment, especially if you tried this recipe out. I'd really like to know how it came out for you. And if you had any trouble with it, I'd love to try to help you out. Looking forward to hearing from you. Remember to check back often, as we upload videos all the time and wouldn't want you to miss out. Also, for more information, you can visit us online at joesphenomenal.com. I thank you for hanging out and watching the video. Once again, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.